Welcome to Thriving Empire Live, where we talk about the realities of living and working on your own terms. I'm your host, Stephanie Holland, and also the creator of thefreedomphilosophy.com, which is a mindset and lifestyle guide that helps you cultivate the core fiber of an entrepreneur so that you can stay in the game until you get the results that you're looking for. Now, in this season 2, we're talking about content marketing. Now, one of the realities of working for yourself is getting to grips with all the different business building aspects of building a business. And one of the most diverse, confusing, complicated, and effective is the marketing element, of course. And specifically, all the rage right now, what people tend to be talking about most is content marketing. So this episode is called Content Marketing Demystified, a quick and simple introduction. And that's because content marketing is the most overused and misunderstood terms in our contemporary marketing juggernaut. But first of all, I kind of want to go through the difference between content strategy and content marketing strategy because they're used interchangeably and they're actually very different things. So content strategy in a business is the understanding that content is a strategic asset that is used across the business, across different departments, and created and delivered and managed and used by different people for different reasons. Now, this could be product content, it could be sales content, it could be event management content, marketing, advertising, and of course, campaign content. Basically content all across the business. So a content strategist would manage the internal rules and guidelines of governance to do with content across all areas of the business. Now, a content marketing strategist would deal with content specifically devoted to marketing, which is all about building a relationship with the customer in order to achieve sales goals. So at its best, I think the most impactful and powerful way to build a meaningful relationship with your customers is through content marketing, because it's a relationship that will then help you achieve your bigger picture goals like your profits and the impact that you're aiming for. So whether your ultimate goal is profit or impact, content marketing is really the best way to turn your audience into customers and brand ambassadors over the longer term. So if you think about it, content's everywhere, right? Every single blog post is content. And it's designed to make you think, feel, and behave in a certain way. And of course, it's not limited to blog posts either. So whether you're reading the latest blog post on Fast Company or watching a Marie TV episode created by Marie Forleo or listening to a podcast by Soulful MVA, brands are designing content with a certain goal in mind, and that's to get you into the sales funnel and have you become a lifelong customer and devout brand ambassador. Well, one or the other. And at least, that should be the reason that they're creating content for you. And basically, if that's not why you're creating content, then you're missing a really valuable opportunity to connect and deliver on your brand promise before your customers buy from you and long after they've bought from you, keeping that developing the relationship you have with them over the longer term. So why is that important? That's important because sometimes people aren't ready to buy from you. They're not ready to become a paying customer. But in the meantime, they could become really strong fans and be recommending and sharing your work, your products, and your offers with their tribes and with their networks. And their network might be ready to buy. You never know. I mean, someone might not be ready to do a language course abroad right now, but their network might be. And then you can still be exciting them and inspiring them about traveling them and going abroad with awesome information about destinations and cultural immersions that will really inspire them over time to recalibrate their life so that they can go and do that. And they might not be ready to start their own business yet, but your startup content might help to empower them through the emotional turmoil of the transition going from the 9 to 5 to starting their own business, much like what my business does. And they might not be able to afford your, amazingly expensive jewelry at the moment, but at some point in the future, they might be able to buy it as a symbol of how far they've come. So just think about where they are in the life cycle. That they may want your product and service, but they might not be ready for it. They might not be able to afford it, but when they can, they will. So blog posts, video content, podcasts, e-guides, webinars, infographics, lists, mind maps, courses, quizzes, games, everything. They're all designed to make you feel a certain way, whether it's empowered, I was going to say inspired or empowered, educated, knowledgeable, just part of a community, just in the know. And they're also designed to make you think, wow, I can do this. If they can do it, I can do it too. Wow, this person is an expert. Now, this person is a thought leader. They can help me be who I want to be. They can help me get where I want to go. Life could be more easy, happy, healthy, wealthy. Wow, woot, oh my gosh. So it's designed to make people feel something. And content's designed to make you do something as well. So share it with your audience, or go to the website to buy stuff, or to opt in for a freebie, or to subscribe to regular updates, or, buy instantly. And ultimately, I think content is designed to make you become a customer, a regular customer, a repeat customer, a raving fan, and an ardent brand ambassador over the longer term. So content marketing is really simple in essence, but it's not just a carefully designed blog post, okay? Well, it is, but it involves a little bit more than that. And it's really hard to get to that point where you can design a really carefully, beautifully articulated blog post anyway. Because creating any kind of content, whether it's a podcast or a show or a blog post, really requires an authentic passion for the people who will benefit the most from what you have to offer. And it requires a big picture vision for your brand that's articulated precisely, not just by you, but everyone who works for you, whether it's part of your team or someone you outsource to, like a freelancer or your VA. It also requires flawless processes and systems so that you can take your content from concept to fruition really easy, really efficiently, and really effectively, and a few other things too. So the vital components of a content marketing strategy is the umbrella strategy itself. It's the creation of the content and your seamless workflow that takes it from concept to fruition. It's the promotion of that content, and it's also optimizing the conversibility, which isn't really a word. Optimizing conversion is what I really want to say. So whether you're a tiny cafe with a Facebook page, or you're a venture-backed startup with a 10-person team, your content marketing strategy is critical to your profit and your impact. Now, as for me, I'm a one-woman show, right? And here are my goals for this content series, because obviously this is a piece of my content marketing strategy too. So what I want for you to understand about me through this series is that I can easily simplify complex ideas. So hopefully you're going to think, oh, she knows her stuff. And then you're going to feel confident in your understanding of what content marketing is. And then you can see how it can help you launch and grow your business. And maybe at some point, you might engage me to help work on your team as a consultant or a strategy to help you grow your business and achieve your business vision. So there again, it's not just a simple blog post. It's not just a simple show or podcast. It has a much deeper strategy contextualized around it. But also, content marketing is nothing new, right? The oldest and most famous example of content marketing is the John Deere farming magazine. Now, of course, John Deere is a kind of range of tractors and farming equipment. Now, they first put together a magazine called The Furrow back in 1895. So it's actually 118 years old. And originally it started off as a farming magazine with just, basic farming tips. And over the 118 years, it's evolved into a magazine about the business of farming and how to maximize your profits and potentials as a farm in the business world. And in 1912, they peaked at 4 million readers, and they still have just under 3 million readers globally. So that is the longest running example we have of content marketing. But then there's two other examples that are my favorites, and that's BMW. Back in the early 2000s, they produced a series of short films called The Hire, which were kind of like short getaway movies with our favorite superheroes at the time, Daniel Craig and Clive Owens and this, that, and the other, and they won a ton of awards for it. But also, if you think about Disney is another sort of classic content marketing genius, really. And I don't know if this is the way it was designed, but if you think about their films and how much money the rest of their business makes, the films are really just like a content marketing strategy to sell their merchandise, to promote their parks and their resorts and, their media networks. They make a ton more money in those areas than they do just from their films. So again, content marketing, nothing new, but I think there's lots of different ways to develop content and to use it to build a relationship with your customers. And the number of ways is just limited by your imagination. So if you're ready to learn more, the next episode is about the 3 mistakes that I made and that you'll probably make as well when it comes to your content marketing strategy. But that's it for today. So if you're ready to cultivate the core fiber of an entrepreneur, come on over to thefreedomphilosophy.com and click on free stuff, I think it is, to get started. I've got a resource library which I call the starter kit, as well as the Thrive formula if you've already started up. So head on over and sign up for one of those now. And thank you so much for watching the show, and I'll see you again next time on Thriving Empire Live.